Welcome back to my business page. My name is Chieko Oho, living in Sydney, Australia. Today, I have another business partner who lives in Sydney, Australia. Leeanne, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to chatting you.
That's awesome.
Okay, today I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about your business journey. And before that, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you. So my name's Leeanne Horan. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and my background is in pediatric nursing, and it was cardiac surgical nursing. And my husband is a pediatric nurse as well in emergency here in Sydney. We have 4 children of our own. Our youngest is a foster daughter with high needs, and she's fully dependent on me. I'm a grandmother for 2 children. And yeah, so I've been doing a digital business now for coming up 3 years, and really loving the journey. So that's us in a nutshell, I guess.
Thank you so much. So you've been doing the business for 3 years already.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, 3 years. Yeah, coming up at the end of this month.
So could you please tell me why you started your business? So what your life was before?
Yeah, Chieko, my life was really busy. I was a mom of a high needs daughter so we were running to therapy appointments, doctor appointments, school appointments. I was juggling my family life with my husband, with his shift work, with his 12-hour shifts, having older children as well, and they need their mum as well. So spending time with them, being a grandma with two littlies. So my life was pretty busy. I was always thinking, what's next? What do I have to get ready for the future? And I was really I was really worried about my youngest as well. So her future, what would happen to her if something was to happen to us? How would she be supported in her future? So I was looking for ideas about maybe setting up little businesses that she could do when she's older with her support workers. Yeah, so life was busy, and I was feeling very isolated in that. I was feeling that feeling of nobody really understood what I was going through. A lot of our friends sort of did take a step back because they didn't understand that role that we took on as being a foster parent for a child with high needs. So I was feeling a bit lonely, and I was very busy. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that you are really hard working mom. Because you have a big family, you have to look after children, and then also you have to find that time to spending with your partner, your husband, and then also you have the youngest child who has special needs. You need to really focusing on her, and then support her as much as you can.
Yeah.
So I can't really imagine that because I have no family here and then children, but I can really feel that you are so busy, even though you work so hard, but you have no support, how do I say that? Supporters.
Yeah.
Who really understand you and that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So why you decided doing this business? Because there are so many options around.
Yeah, that's a good question. For me, what opened my eyes to this business was the lady that I saw running a digital business. She was actually at the park around her children. She'd set aside time to be with her children, and she had said that she was able to run a business in her own time when her children were safe and when they were sleeping. That was the time that she was able to run a digital business. And I thought, well, wow, well, that I could do that. I could fit that into my busyness and leverage some of those times, because there's a lot of waiting times. There's waiting for appointments. There's waiting while you're waiting for the next session to begin. There's, you know, those moments where I'm on the internet anyway, on digital media, passing my time playing card games to keep myself busy. I could be using that time to run a digital business. So that's what I really liked about the digital business, so to speak. But this particular business, what I really liked was that in the webinar that they have as the introduction, they give examples of people's businesses. So I was able to go and look at their stories and see how they've developed over that time that they've been running the business, so that it was real. There was real people, real everyday people from different life experiences running a business. So I thought, well, if they can do it, why can't I? So that's what really encouraged me. And then the fact that it's flexible, it's an international business. Now that really inspired me, because I really love travel and I love different cultures and learning about their foods, their nature, their, you know, one of our goals is to travel and to take photos and, you know, just to really spend quality time. And these people in the business were already doing that. They were living the lifestyle that I really want for our family. So that inspired me. Yeah, very much so. And the fact that the training was complimentary. So I didn't have to like pay for ongoing seminars or webinars. That to me, that was like fantastic, because I'd been in like businesses in the past, like they didn't last very long for me, because I had to pay like all these fees to go to seminars and like the regular CD of the month or the week, to stay connected with people. And you don't have any of that. So with this system, so I love that. It's just, you know, it was a win-win, like all wins for me. Yeah.
That's right. This business is so many amazing facts that everyone can enjoy and then loving it. So I'm so grateful that you found this business, and then the business is very, very suit you. And then now you've been this business for 3 years as a successful business owners. I'm so grateful, and then I'm so grateful to meet you, actually.
Yeah, likewise.
So I think being 3 years of digital business owner, you might got so many transformations in your life. So let's pick one.
Just one? Oh, for sure.
Transformation.
Communication. So just the self-development aspect of that. Because I was so busy and I was juggling so many different factors in my life, I was always thinking ahead of what I needed to plan, where I needed to go. So just in conversation with people, my mind, instead of being really present with that person, I would be thinking ahead, you know, what I had to do, how I was, you know, preparing dinner or the next, you know, what I needed to do to make the next event happen. So this business has actually taught me how to slow everything down and really get present with the moment, this moment experience, and how to use a calendar and get out of my head as much. So yeah, communication is definitely, and time management. So really there was a lot of factors in that one point. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I totally understand. I totally agree with your point. Many people find that way, that they are very grateful to be a good communicator, like a communication person or people, like a listening and then talking, and then how do I say that? Being empathize, yeah, inspiring or inspire the kind of communication. In this community, people in this community, they have been growing, and then so am I. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And then last question I'm going to ask you. So do you have any advice that those people who have been watching this live until now?
Yeah, I do have some advice actually. My advice is to start to take action. If you've been watching Chieko now for a little while and you're still trying to work out whether this is for you or if it's not for you, then the way that you can really find out is to take action and put your name and email down for a link to the webinar. It's a complimentary webinar. It lasts for about 90 minutes and it will tell you what the system's about, and it will give you examples of people at the end of the webinar that are already running a business. You will have some sort of idea whether this business is for you by the end of that. And then if you want to go further and look closely at it, Chieko will help you to do that. And look, you're not going to know until you really do check it out. It is very unique, very real. It's a very enjoyable experience as far as I'm concerned. I've had such a fantastic experience through this. But the reality is, if I didn't go ahead and put my name down for that webinar, that my life would be still the same 3 years ago to what I was doing back then. So if you need change to happen in your life, the way to have change is to do something different. And that's how you do it. So that's what I would advise. Yeah.
Thank you for beautiful advice. I totally agree with you. The taking action is the first step, I think. If you find if you don't know what to do, if you are a bit worried about something in your life, you take an action. This is the first step. If you stop and then doing nothing, your life won't change anything. Yeah. Thank you for Leeanne today. Thank you for being here.
I'm sorry about that barking in the background. That's my dog again.
I love the happening. Okay, so I'll come back with another business partners in next week. So see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.